Okay, so I remember going to Dubai and then messaging.
Wait, are we live now? Sorry, are we live now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
So I sent an email to Alan Knipe saying I'm gonna be done and I'm gonna try to play beach volleyball for the summer because my friend Dave McKenzie asked me to play. So we gave it a shot at the beach just for fun to stay in shape while in between overseas seasons. But I spent way more money than I won on the AVP. It's really expensive. I see you, Barish Hamas.
So, Brook, now, you played with Team USA, you played in different countries, different leagues, being an opposite hitter, correct?
Right.
Now, can you give us some tips on how to be an effective opposite hitter, or the technical part of the position, or anything that you can share to our viewers on how to be a great opposite hitter?
Man, it's a difficult question. I think to be great, you just have to be consistent. You need to be tall, for one, which I got outgrown in the sport. You need to be strong, and you need to be able to be a leader, because you are expected to hit a lot of balls. You're expected to hit a lot of difficult balls where maybe the setter isn't setting. Where I always struggled was being consistent. But yeah, I think you just got to be an all-around player as an opposite.
Did you ever play in a different position that either in college or?
I played outside hitter for a little bit. I'm a much better hitter on the right side than I was on the left side. So I had to play outside hitter in the finals of the Vienna Championship, the Austrian Championship, due to an injury. So, I mean, I played middle growing up. No, you can't play with Windex, dude.
Speaking of injuries, what was the worst injury that you've ever, experienced throughout your career?
Yeah, it was breaking my navicular bone in my left foot.
That was in Korea, right?
Right. And then I also have a big wrist issue that happened in Turkey. I collided with one of my teammates, and we both jumped, and I jumped over his shoulder and landed on my wrist. It took me out for a while. No, you can't play with this, bub. You can't. So, come here. But yeah, injuries as I got older always scared me a lot more. So, anytime my knees hurt, I always kind of had knee issues where I would have to ice them a lot. I lived off of ibuprofen. I would have to take ibuprofen before almost every practice for the last 8 years of my career, just for my knees. So, unfortunately. Go ahead.
In touch with some of the players on the national team?
Yeah, we just had my daughter's first birthday last week, and Clay Stanley is one of my good friends. His wife and my wife are very good friends. Sean Rooney was here. Dave McKenzie was here. Who else? I don't know, but I do still talk to almost all of them from time to time. And fortunately, Facebook is a good way.
What do you think? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Facebook, I was just saying, Facebook is a great way to keep in touch with people. Hey, Bub, come here.
Now, what is your impression on, what do you think of the national team right now? They won the World Cup last year to qualify for Rio.
Yeah, I think the national team is probably the strongest that it's had since, maybe even stronger than the 2008 team. We have some incredible talent, and a lot of competition on the outside hitter position. Hey Ford, please stay in here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, bub. Where's Mama? I locked him in, but I think he's gonna have a tantrum here in a minute. Hey bub,
We're almost done.
Come here. Want to say hi? Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Here, put these on. So, go ahead.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, like what you said, the current national team is pretty much what the best. I mean, what do you think are the chances of winning a medal in Rio?
I think they're favorites to win. I think and we're going to be favorites for a long time. We've got our whole team is young. We have Reed, who is back, which is incredible to me. I mean, the guy is so passionate, and he'll be such a great example for them to have for the leadership position. And then you have guys that are as young as Micah Christensen, who just came out of college. And the balance is going to be incredible. So I think they're going to be favorites at the Rio, and then they're going to be good for a really long time.
Now, Brook, what we're going to do is we're just going to answer a few questions from the viewers. Actually, if you could actually invite them to ask you anything that they may want to ask you, and then I could just read their names and their questions as well.
Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah. Ask me anything.
So let's start with Sigfredo. He wants to know, who is the best Puerto Rican player
in the Puerto Rican League besides Hector Soto? Let's see.
Besides Hector Soto.
Yeah. I think Victor Rivera was one of the best players. Feño, I played against him in 2004. He's a legend in Puerto Rico. I was fortunate enough to wear his number for the Chongos this season. Jose Rivera, Angel Perez, Fernan. You can name tons of Puerto Rican players, and they're all incredibly talented.
Do you speak any other languages?
Ja mówię po polsku. Trochę pamiętam wszystko, ale the język bardzo trudny. I can speak a little bit of Polish. I remember a lot, but it's very difficult language.
Was that Polish?
Yeah.
Cool.
Konuşuyorum
any other
Türkçe.
language aside from Polish?
Çok az Türkçe. I can speak a little Turkish. Anlıyorum hep. I'm forgetting a lot when I get put on the spot, but I can understand a lot of it, and if I went back to these places, I can pick it up pretty quick.
Now, Salomino wants to know if you can actually name all the club teams that you've played for throughout your career.
Of course. I played for... Oh, he just hammered his head on the table. I played for the Vienna Hot Volleys, and I played for Osaka Blazers in Japan, and Erdemir Spor in Turkey, 3 years in Alzeytes Czestochowa, and then I played for Fenerbahce, and then I played for Kepco in Korea, and then I went to Al Ali Club in Dubai, and then I went to Iraklis in Greece, Istanbul Büyükşehir, 2 years in Istanbul. And then I went to the police club in Qatar, and then I went to Rennes in France, and finished the season there back in Al Rayyan Club in Qatar. And then I also did a summer season for the Caribes in San Sebastian of Puerto Rico, as well as this last season I played for Los Chongos in Puerto Rico.
Thank you. Now, Omar wants to know, what was the hardest obstacle that you ever experienced and took you to where you are now?
Probably the transition to travel overseas. You know, it was a pretty big eye opener when you grow up in one country and those are the only players that you're ever playing against. That's the only gauge, and then when you travel overseas, you're playing against. You know, when I was 21, I was playing against 32-year-olds, 33-year-olds, and it really puts you in a different perspective of how good you are.
Now, what Dio he wants to know, what age did you start playing volleyball?
I started playing at age 8. I probably started playing organized volleyball at age 13. I started playing on the beach. My sister was a volleyball player, and my high school coach, my eventual high school coach, was my next door neighbor growing up. Yeah. Here, bud, come here. No crying.
And finally, Ricardo wants to know, do you know any Australian volleyball players?
I do. Mark Williams. Well, he kind of was born in Australia. He played here. I do. Igor Yudin, although he's kind of converted to Russia. And Ben Hardy. I know that this new guy who was in Edgar. He's an animal. So, Mama's. Where's Mama? Tell everybody where Mama is. Is she at Pilates?
Okay, we're almost done here. Okay, so Brooke, you know, I always do this with my Facebook Live sessions. It's called the Fast Talk questions.
Sure.
So I'll ask you a few questions, just pretty much one-liners, and just feel free to, you know, give us any answer. And here we go. What was the nicest thing said about you?
I'm a nice person.
Coach Doug Beal is having, USA Volleyball President Doug Beal is having dinner with you at your place. What would you cook for him?
Tri-tip.
When was the last time you said I love you to someone, and who was it?
2 seconds ago to my son, probably.
How much time do you spend in the bathroom?
In the bathroom?
Yes.
Hardly any at all.
No. The worst thing you did for volleyball?
The worst thing?
Yep.
Probably walked off the court when I was in high school because I wasn't getting set enough.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Now, the best thing you did for volleyball?
Coaching, giving back.
How do you release your frustrations when playing?
Yell at myself or slap myself in the head.
Define Brook in one word.
Generous.
Define volleyball in one word.
Yeah.
Great.
Define your family in one word.
The best.
Define Team USA in one word.
Gold medal.
What is your guiding principle in life?
My family.
If you could be someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Good question.
Here comes more.
Maybe.
Comes
That's a tough one. There's a lot of people. Maybe Kelly Slater, because I've never been able to stand up on a shortboard, and I think that would be awesome.
Now, if you were to have the opposite hitter skills of any volleyball player in the world, who would it be and why?
Matt Anderson, because he's really tall and has incredible ball control.
Down.
What is the biggest misconception about you?
That I'm arrogant.
What makes you happy?
My kids.
What makes you sad?
My kids getting injured.
The last thing you thought of when you did not make the Olympic team in 2008?
Dang it.
The most expensive thing you bought for yourself?
Too much, but probably BMW M6.
What kind of volleyball shoes do you wear? Or did you wear?
I love Nike.
When was the last time you played volleyball since you retired?
2 weekends ago on my birthday.
The biggest challenge you faced in volleyball, and how did you overcome the challenge?
Being short, but learning to be kind of an overall player.
Now, if you could be a superhero for a day, who would it be and why?
Superman, because he can fly.
Well, what would be your superhero name if given the chance to make one?
Oh man, Captain Incredible.
This is your last day. Well, let's kind of go back, and it's kind of like your last day playing volleyball. Where do you want to play and why?
I like to play back in Brazil because the people there are great and the level is insane and beautiful. It's a beautiful country.
The best volleyball advice you've ever received and from who?
Ron Larson probably gave me, there's two. Ron Larson told me that stop looking at Doug Beal after every play for advice, and then Carl McGowan told me every cell in my body is listening to my thoughts. So stay positive.
The last time you lied?
Probably this morning to my son.
If you have to eliminate one emotion in your life, what would it be?
Fear.
What is the food that we always find in your fridge?
Salsa.
What is your idea of perfect relaxation?
Massage.
First impression on Clay Stanley.
Animal.
First impression on Matt Anderson.
Handsome. Go with that, because I know everybody else loves him.
First impression in Donald Sujo.
Beefy.
Father's Day is coming up. Best gift you've ever given to Dad.
Just a hug.
What's the hashtag of your life right now?
New.
What is your current favorite song?
Man, I don't listen to the radio or music anymore.
Or what was your favorite song before?
Anything by Jack Johnson.
Can you sing us a few lines?
No. I don't sing.
Let's go back to college. First year, second year, third or fourth year, the most memorable?
First year.
Past, present, or future?
Future. Always.
Flowers or chocolates?
For me? Definitely chocolate.
Yep. For someone?
Probably chocolate, because then I can have some.
Float serve or jump serve?
Jump serve.
Deep or shallow?
Deep.
Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Solo block or double block?
Always solo.
Quick set or back set?
Back set.
A perfect set or a perfect pass?
Perfect set.
Call or text?
Both.
Yes or no, ever touched the ball but you said no touch?
Yes.
What was the most painful way to lose a match throughout your career?
Maybe hitting the ball in and the ref calling it out.
Name one person who knows all your secrets.
My wife.
Name one person you would like to see every day aside from your wife.
My kids.
Name one volleyball skill you wish you had.
Setting. I'm a terrible setter.
Name three of your greatest achievements throughout your career.
Olympics. Winning the cup in Poland and winning the championship in Turkey.
Name three things you did not achieve throughout your career.
Any kind of medal in the Olympics, any kind of I didn't win the gold medal in Poland, and yeah, I don't know.
Name one person who knows how to make you cry, aside from your wife.
My son, who's gonna make me cry right now because he's about to break the table. Sorry. Okay, I'm here. Keep going.
Now, name one person who knows how to make you laugh.
My best friend, Bo Rowie.
Did you ever play with a gay teammate?
I did, yes. Alfie Reft. Put you on blast, Alfredo. It's not much of a secret, though.
Isn't he getting married? I think he is, right?
He is, yeah. He was my roommate, too.
Oh, cool. Alfred is awesome.
Yeah.
Name the best volleyball player in the world right now, according to Brook.
Matt Anderson.
Your sexiest body part.
My ring finger. I see you, Armin. What's up, brother?
Name one person you want to say these words to. Thank you for the love and support.
All of my family. Can't name one.
Now, I always ask these 3 questions. They're kind of like the Bollywood top 3 questions. So, what was the biggest mistake you've ever done in volleyball, Brooke? And how did you correct that mistake?
Biggest mistake in volleyball? Yeah, I don't know. What kind of mistakes? I mean, maybe backing out of a contract, per se.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I made the mistake, because if I didn't do it, then I probably don't know if I made it a mistake or not. Ford, please don't do
Now,
that.
I give you a mirror.
Ford.
You get to talk to yourself. What do you want to tell Brooke Billings right now?
Probably stop talking about your family.
Now, this is pretty much your chance again to say thank you to the amazing people who have helped you throughout your career. So if you could say thank you to these people, what would you say? So I'm just going to say a few names, and then you can just say your thank yous. Your dad.
Dad, thank you for giving life to me, to put me in this position. Thank you for driving me to tournaments when I was young. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming to a lot of my college matches. And thank you for coming to visit me overseas. You know?
Your mom.
My mom pretty much got me into volleyball, so I have to thank her for that. She also drove me to every tournament from Santa Barbara down to LA at 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, she's always been my #1 fan. She thinks I'm a lot better than I am, though.
To one of my most favorite people in the world, your mother-in-law.
Queen Dana. Well,
Yes.
I have to thank her for my family, because she's the one that gave birth to my wife and allowed us to be with our grandchildren. And we actually live in one of the houses that she has helped us build. So, yeah, she is a volleyball god.
To your wife.
Oh man, I can't thank her enough. There's not enough words in this world to be able to thank her. She's my lifeline.
To your kids.
They're my heart. They'll know. I don't need to thank them. They're going to be thanking me one day.
Team USA.
Man, you gave me the best 14 years of my life, being a part of a chapter that I'll never be back, and I only hope that they continue to grow and give back to so many people like they were able to give to me.
To the sport of volleyball.
Man, as underwhelming as of a sport that it is, I can't tell you, it will always carry through my life as a talking point. Even in my new career of real estate, it's still what people like to talk about as what defines me. So the sport of volleyball will continue to grow, and continue to also give back to young kids, players, people that aren't even born yet, that the experiences that you're going to have are going to be amazing.
Brook, how do you want to be remembered as a person?
Just a good person, a nice person. I want to go through life knowing that I've made everybody a friend that I've come across. It's just part of who I am. I like talking with people. I like sharing stories. I like learning about people. I just want to be remembered as a good person.
No, to a lot of people, they pretty much don't know that Bollywood was created because of Brook Billings. Pretty much, I would have to say that. I would have to give you a lot of credit because he kind of inspired me to create Bollywood. If you remember, 8 years ago.
I do.
Now, if you could just give us a few words, the Bollywood community, a few words of encouragement as we continue to cover the sport of volleyball, as well as give volleyball fans information and updates on and player features. If you could just kind of give us some words on how we can continue to do what we do for the sport.
Yeah, I remember when you first started and we started communicating, and then I met you in San Jose. From that day to now, like I've always told you, is keep doing what you're doing, because you've given this mega platform to players and the fans to be able to reach the players through Facebook and your site and the news. I don't think that you are necessarily pestering anybody, and if people are kind of turned off by your questions or whatever, then that's really unfortunate, because all of us volleyball players, we're just people, and I know that everybody wants to kind of understand the sport a little bit better, and that the news that you share is immensely appreciated from me, not only me, but I love reading about all the players across the world, all the teams, and I think you got to keep going, because this is where people come to see what's happening.
Thank you, Brook. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. And Ford, thank you. Thanks for letting us.
Ford, come here, say bye.
Have your dad
Come here, say bye.
for more than an hour.
Come on, jump. Whoa, good one. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, Ford.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Blow kisses.
Bye.
Ta-da.
Thank you.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Okay, I love you guys. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Brook. Take care.
Right on.
Get in.
And